I'm just filming a little YouTube video because I put a little Instagram story up yesterday asking if people would ask me some questions, and I have done so. I've filmed this now 4 times, so I'm biting the bullet and doing it final edit because I'm sick and tired of hearing my own voice, so I'm just gonna have to edit it and post it and just deal with it. I have all the questions in a little book. I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there and say that my methods aren't the same as everybody else's methods, so if you do things differently or you use a different product or things like that, yeah, that's totally fine. People have just asked me like for advice, so that's what I have provided. And I just want to say thanks for watching in advance because it might be a little bit long, and also Jordan's been sitting there the whole time watching me do it because I've already filmed it, and he says that, what did you say, I'm dry?
No, you're stale.
Oh, he said that I'm stale at first, so yeah, that's just due to the awkwardness of me filming it and feeling like I can't speak on camera. But yeah, thanks in advance for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe and enjoy the video. Okay, so the first question comes from B Humphreys, and she asked, what's the best way to build clientele? So I've wrote little notes underneath all of them so I can remind myself on what I was saying. But when you have a client come in, I would definitely say ask them if they can tag you in all of the selfies, anything they post on social media, and then all of their friends and family are going to see your work and then be referred to you just through pictures. I would say hashtag all of your pictures, but make sure they're relevant. So if you're posting pictures of classic lashes, hashtag lashes, classic lashes, volume lashes, hybrid lashes. Another great one to do is tag your location so that you can make sure, if you're from Birmingham, you could hashtag Birmingham Lash Tech, and then when somebody is looking for somebody new, they can go onto the hashtags on Instagram and then find you straight away. You can come top of their search history. Another thing is offering loyalty cards. When I first started, I offered loyalty cards. I've got them here. So these were my loyalty cards when I first started. As you can see, it had my name, my Instagram, and then it was fill 5 stamps get 20% off and fill 10 stamps get 40% off. These really help with client retention. People come back to you for your infills. Obviously I don't use them anymore because people will start coming back to you just because they want an infill anyway, not just because they want to get a discount price. Another thing would be discount your lashes when you first start. So I did a month of £20 lashes. This meant that I had a lot of people book in when I first started, so you get your practice in all in 1 month, and the more sets you do the better you will become. The second question comes from Beauty by Maisie. She said, you're insane at lashes, how long did it take you to get to the level you're at now? I've been lashing for about 1.5 years, I'd say. Yeah, June 2018 I think I trained. I would say you need like constant practice. The more sets you do, the better you will become. Some people who just do like 1 or 2 sets a week, I think it becomes really hard to like get a grip of your tweezers and get used to products and feel a lot more confident. I would say it definitely takes 6 months to get your isolation nailed down and make sure that you feel properly confident, maybe with transitioning into volume or something like that. A lot of people say you should do 1 year lashing with classics before you go into volume. Then Lashes and Brows by Laura Jane said, how long have you been doing lashes, classics and fans? So yeah, like I said before, 1.5 years, but I originally trained in classics, and then about 6 months in I branched out into using pre-made fans, and I'm not actually trained in handmade, but I did a trade show with Dolce Doll in, might have been November, and the lovely girls there taught me how to do handmade with their easy fan lashes. Their CEO Dion's trained in handmade, and she runs courses as well, so she gave me a few little demos, and then ever since then I've been practicing, but I don't offer it as like a proper service that people can book. It just, if people ask me for it, I give them the disclaimer and say that I'm not properly trained, I'm just practicing, and then it's up to their discretion if they want to let me practice. And then we have Lashes by Amelia. She said, do you give refunds if a client isn't happy? I've had this predicament in the past. I would say it depends on the situation. The number one thing I would say to do is to make policies and add them to your page as either like a story highlight, or make people sign a waiver form, or write it in the message when people like book in with you, whether it's like by DM or something like that. I think my policy for it is, if somebody has a problem within 48 hours of booking or after having them done, I don't mind going around and either removing the lashes or fixing a mistake or something like that. But as soon as you get into the a week and a half mark, I would say it's hard to say whether the problem has been caused by poor aftercare or the use of oils. There's so many factors that can affect retention. So I would say it's really up to the person's discretion on whether you give them a refund or not. You have your policies there to protect you against these kind of things happening, and that's what you're insured for as well, if people have allergic reactions and that kind of thing. Lashes by Chlo, but she's Lashes by Chlo with a K. She wrote, was it difficult at first to build up clientele when you first started? I would say yes and no, because I personally had the benefit of working a part-time job whilst I was starting. So I did the course, but I still was a visual merchandiser in Primark at the time. So I did weekends at work, and then whenever I had any free time, that's when I would do a few sets, get my practice in here and there. But after about a month of doing lashes, I could quit the part-time retail job and do lashes part-time fully. I would say definitely the things I said before about the loyalty cards, the £20 sets, or, well, obviously it depends on your area and what like your competitors charge, but yeah, I would say that's definitely beneficial when you're just starting out. I haven't wrote the name down of whoever asked me this question, so sorry if it was you, but somebody put how to boost social media followers. I was going to do a much more in-depth video on like social media engagement and those kind of things, but I would say consistency is key. You can get apps now that if you're going on holiday, something like that, you can schedule your posts in. I find that if I do a week of consistent posting, followers, engagement, impressions, all of those kind of things shoot up. Whereas if I take a week off work and I don't post anything, or I haven't got any content, my posts don't even show up on people's feed, they just completely disappear. So consistency is key. Hashtag all of your pictures for the lash techs to see, find some inspiration. I would say post some quality content. So through this I mean you should know your audience. So for me, half of my followers I would say are lash techs, maybe a little bit more than that. The other half would be like potential clients, people who just like seeing pictures of lashes. But yeah, your posts need to be directed by like to an audience. Yeah, I would say half of my posts are posts that are just pictures of lashes for like potential clients to see, and then the other half are pictures of like more informative posts, so things about glue retention, tips, tricks, time lapses, videos, all of that kind of thing. But massive disclaimer with the followers, Followers are just a number, it does not mean anything. Would you rather have 1,000 followers and a diary full of people that are clients, or would you rather have 20,000 followers and you can't fill your books on a Monday? Your followers and your clients are completely different things. Those thousands of people that like you want to follow you won't pay your bills, won't pay your money. So yeah, it's a nice thing to have, but it doesn't determine like the level of work or how good you are as a lash tech. Kaylee Byrne asked, what lash glue do you use? I use the Velvet Lashes by Daria Diva adhesive. It's 1 to 2 second drying time. It's my absolute fave. The only problem is it comes in a 3-gram bottle. I go through them like fresh air. So I would prefer a 5-gram bottle, but it's so worth it. Another question from Lindsay Payne, 88. She said, how have you managed to stay so motivated and inspired? I would say, if you genuinely love what you do, you're inspired all the time, you're motivated all the time. I genuinely eat, sleep, breathe, think about lashes constantly. I even dream about lashes. Like, everybody must be so bored of me just talking about lashes all the time. So I'm constantly thinking about what's the next post I can do, what's the new set I can try, who can I find with 1,000,000 eyelashes that I can take pictures of. Yeah, I just love creating content and doing lashes, and it's just like my favourite. It doesn't feel like a job sometimes. Along with that, obviously I'm at uni, I'm in my last year now. A lot of the people are like panicking because they're trying to find a graduate job and they're looking to do a career, but my degree is fashion business and management, so when I finish I will like have a business degree. So I feel like this is it for me. Like, I've got to make it work, or it's go and get a job in PR or social media or something like that, and I know that this is what I want to do. So yeah, that's why I'm so motivated to make everything work. Got another question from @lashes by Stacey B. She said, what products do you find are the best for retention? I would say, here's some of my faves. Velvet Lashes by Daria glue, absolute favourite. Diva. Ruthie Bell Super Bonder, that's my favourite as well. I apply it after a set. If you go over to her website, she does like a much better explanation of what it does than I do, but basically after the set it cures the adhesive straight away, so you get less glue fumes for the client and better retention overall. Another thing is squeaky clean lashes. That is the key to long lasting sets. I prime using I think it's the Kaleton? It's the strawberry eyelash primer. Yeah, I did use the lash based one before, but I got this from a trade warehouse when I ran out of it and I was desperate, so yeah, does the job. Smells literally exactly the same as strawberries. So nice. So yeah, it's been working for me. Do like the lash based one as well though. And I would say aftercare. Drive aftercare into all of your clients. Dirty lashes will not last. They need to be washing the lashes daily. It's just as much their job for retention as it is as yours. So that is just as important as your prep and application, really. Another question from, God, I wish I could pronounce it. Yawning, begins with a yan. Sorry, I wish I could pronounce. If it's you, please comment down below. She said, what's the best lashes and glue to use for lash extensions your sets are? Hot eyes emoji. Thank you so much. My faves are, well, fave glue is Lashes by Daria. Fave lash brands are, I think it's Emia or Emia. Not sure how you pronounce Emia or Emia. It's E-M-I-A. They are my fave for Easy Fan, for like handmade Russians. I also love Dolce Doll, are my absolute faves. Astara lashes for pre-made and Lash Right for pre-made. I switch between the two only because convenience. Astara, she's such a lovely woman, her name's Donna. She replies to messages so quickly. She is like, I've been ordering from her for like as long as I can think. I ordered some from Lash Right once when I was desperate because they have a website, so I didn't have to message Donna in the middle of the night when I realised I'd run out of all lashes ever. So yeah, either of those great pre-made lash brands. A Splash of Glamour asked, what are the best individual lash brands? I'm new to the lash world and any help would be great. I personally, again, love Dolce Doll. I buy, for classics, the flat cashmere lashes. They are my favourite. The flat lashes I find are loads easier to apply than like a round base lash. They are, I don't know if it's 70% or 50% lighter than like your regular mink or silk lash, so they're healthier for the natural lashes. And the ones that I use are split tip, also known as ellipse lashes. So they give like a really wispy, fluffy effect. They are my favourite to use. Lashed by Mina asked retention tips, so I've wrote them down in a formulation here. Start off with squeaky clean lashes, that's the most important part. If people are coming in with like mascara still on the lashes, it needs to be cleaned off so they are literally, there's no trace of any makeup left, otherwise it won't last. Some lash techs even say that you can't wear mascara for like 24 hours before the appointment because the oil still stays on the lash, so that's really important. Use a primer, like I said before, I've been using the strawberry one. Find a good adhesive that suits your preferences. So a lot of adhesives come with like a little humidity direction, so you need to find what suits like where your working conditions are, and also drying time. I use a 1 to 2 second because like I'm quite fast with isolation now, but yeah, if you're a little bit slower, go for a 2 to 3 second one. I know the Lash Base Extreme is good for that. I always finish with the Super Bonder, and you can either use a nano mister, or my personal fave is this new little machine I've got. It's like a little lash fan. It was literally from eBay, about £3. I had to wait about 6 weeks for delivery because it's from China, but so worth it. And good for drying your own lash extensions if you have them. It's called a mini coolie fan. And again, aftercare. Another question from @loose. She said, how did you get into lashes? Absolutely hated my part-time job. I hated the customers, I hated the managers, I hated everybody in the shop. I went in miserable, I wanted to call in sick every day. I hated it. I was like, I want to do something in beauty, so either nails, lashes, anything that I could do a day course in. So yeah, I already was getting my own lashes done, so I thought, I think I could do that. So yeah, I booked a course and did it in a day, travelled up to Birmingham, did the course, and then at first you will think, oh my god, this is the worst thing I could have ever done, I can't do lashes, I hate it. You need to stick it out because it becomes easier over time. Somebody else asked, on a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would you say you are? And at the time in the notebook I wrote 10. I wouldn't say 10. Maybe like a 7.5. Depends what day it is, I'm quite a miserable person sometimes. By Laura Air wrote, how are you so busy? Hey Laura, I talk to her all the time in the DM, she's such a lovely girl. The reason I'm so busy is because I only work part-time. I think some people think I work 5 days a week. That's not the case. I work evenings at uni and I work like proper days at home. So the reason that I am so busy all the time is because I juggle uni life with work life. it's really hard to juggle the two and find a balance with it. But yeah, that's why I'm so busy, because I'm constantly doing deadlines, as well as booking people in, as well as doing social media, as well as answering people's DMs. It's a very busy life being a lash tech. Lashes by Stephanie said, how do you take such clear pictures, because your pictures are so on point? Again, thank you so much. I used to use my iPhone 7 for pictures, but now I had a new iPhone 11 for Christmas. So yeah, I take about 1,000 pictures every time you take a picture, because some of them are going to be like somebody, like when my clients lie down and I take all of the 1,000 pictures, half of them come out with like half of their eye closed like that. So take 1,000 and you'll always get an open eye pic. I take them flash and no flash. Obviously the disadvantage for me is when I'm at home and I'm mobile, I don't get the good lighting situation. Sometimes it's late at night, sometimes I wear a head torch, it's not great lighting. But when I'm at uni and I've got a ring light, the pictures are so much better. So if you're salon based, get a ring light. And afterwards, when I do the editing, I never edit the lash line, but I do a little bit of face tune just around here, just to smooth out the skin. And I always, when you get onto the Instagram app, when you're going to do the editing there, I always sometimes a little bit sharpen, and then it makes the picture a lot clearer. Lashes by AXA asked, how do you get your fans to stay wide and open? Mine seem to collapse right afterwards. I would say I use the easy fan, so I'm not sure if you're using normal Russian lashes, but they are already like pre-glued at the bottom a little bit, so that's how it stays how it is. So try those if you haven't already, and grip your tweezer really tight. So these are my favourite. They are the Lashes by India Volume Isolation tweezers. So I hold them like that, then pick up the fan, and then I use the pinch method. I don't know if some people like it, some people don't, personal preference. I pick it up and then pinch like that at the base, and then get the base like really small, but then hold it tight, really tight, whilst you've still got like the fan open. Then I do a little dip in the glue. Well, actually first I isolate the lash, dip in the glue and then apply, and your fan should stay open after you've applied it, after you've applied the glue. So try that if you haven't already. If not, I'm not sure how to help, sorry. Next question is from It's Shelley. She put, how did you become a lash tech? I'm learning on my own, but I'm feeling discouraged. I did a one-day course in Birmingham because I was so desperate to get the qualification that I was willing to travel, and the course that was in my hometown wasn't until September, and I wanted to qualify in June, so I had the school holiday to practice in between because it's like 6 weeks. I will say the training wasn't fantastic. We got about 4 hours to apply to a mannequin head, so also might I say get one of these for practicing on, because they're so helpful. Just one of these are about 20 quid on Amazon, and then some of the practice lashes there. We had about 4 hours to practice on that. We had about an hour on health and safety, and then that was it, you're on your way. We never ever even practiced on a person. We were never taught about lash maps. We were never taught about what lashes to use, what weights to use, what's safe to use. So yeah, I would say you definitely need to do a qualification before you just go out and do lashes on someone, because there's a lot of things that you won't realise are important, like the weight, thickness, what kind of lashes to use, and I would say invest in good quality training. My final question is from Lashed by Steph, and she said, do you plan on being a lash tech for long-term career? Love your work. Thank you so much. I would say yes, I am planning to do this as a long-term career. Well, actually, at first I'd said that when I finished uni I was going to do a year of it and see if I felt like I still loved it afterwards, because the difference between being part-time and full-time, when you're doing it 5 days a week, I can understand it might be a little bit more tedious to do. So yeah, I said I was going to try that, but yeah, I think I've decided that I just love it way too much to give it up. And the more I get into it, the more I just don't want to ever stop. It would just feel like such a shame to have built everything up as it has, to just sack it off and be like, okay, see you later, I'm going to do a big job somewhere. So yeah, I have decided I want to do it for good, well, for the future, for a career. But it won't just be me doing lashes. I don't know whether I want to go down the training route, I don't know whether I want to go down the product route, but I know that I want to do something more afterwards. After uni, I decided I wanted to do a couple more courses anyway, because I'm only trained in lashes, but I do have like a massive passion for nails as well. So I would love to do nails. I do my own now, do a couple of friends, and I do love doing them. I feel like that would break my days up a lot, but yeah, I would love to do some training, because like I said before, my training I feel like was so shocking that I want to be able to provide good quality training and really educate people on like what the important things are to know before you get into doing lashes. I have also decided that when I finish, when I'm like not mobile and I'm salon based, I would love to do one-on-ones, because when somebody's already qualified in lashes, you can do a one-to-one session with them, which is basically just mentoring, and you don't like have to give somebody a qualification to do that. That's just me giving my knowledge to them, and it's a lot more personal when you can sit with someone and really help them. It's not a big group, so I am considering doing that, and I've had a lot of people ask me to do it, so I'd love to. And I love meeting new lash techs as well, so yeah, I would really like to do that. But yeah, that was the end of all of my questions. I wanted to say thank you so much for sending them in and having such great questions. I've loved answering them, and if you would like to see my face on a YouTube video again, as much as I've absolutely thoroughly hated filming this 4 times over, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.